Good morning. Buenos dias. I'm here in Fort Lauderdale getting ready for our speaker training on how to tell your story. And I was just thinking about being back here in Florida. And there are certain parts of Florida that have had some natural disasters because of the rain. Fortunately, here in Fort Lauderdale, they are not having that. And in Miami, it hit part of the Bahamas, and then it hit further north and east. But I just was thinking this morning, there are parts of Miami. I was thinking about what role can I play and how can I make a difference here. Coming back, this is where it all began. My speaking at the Caleb Auditorium on 54th Street and 22nd Avenue. Who would have thought that when I got on a Greyhound bus, the travel around the world to speak, that I would have been able to touch over 2 billion people because of the ability to communicate. I want to talk to you about, there's a question that's asked in Scripture. Can these bones live? I made a pledge to myself. I saw so much ugliness and vulgarity and craziness on the internet. I said, I don't need to see this anymore. No, it's disturbing. And what to me is most disturbing, our kids are watching. Our kids are watching. When I was a kid, what separated adults from being a child was the information that you are exposed to. Our kids are exposed to everything. And I saw this guy, and I'm appalled at Kanye West and his behavior. But I saw a guy talk about Kanye's mother, who's dead. And I was listening to the listening in the audience. I thought someone would boo him because it was so vulgar and so unnecessary and so indecent. And there was laughter. There was laughter. That there are people who will say anything for laughter. And there are people who pay to listen to it and laugh. And I was just reflecting on, they have these, I guess these contests where people get on one side and get on the other, and they talk about each other's mother, or they talk about each other, and the place is packed and people cheer them on. And I just wonder, I remember one of the things that served me well, and I'm no saint. I know what it is to be young, dumb, and stupid. Unfortunately, I had this high school teacher who said to me, once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. What I'm about to share with you, as I prepare, I'm doing this intense training on storytelling tomorrow, but people coming in today. There are other speakers, but tomorrow I have the whole day, and I'm going to go into the evening. Your ability to communicate is major. It's major. This is not my original voice. In order to make it in life, you have to literally work on yourself. What do you mean by that? You have to read. You have to listen to things that give you a vision of yourself beyond your circumstances and your culture. There's a nice young man came to pick me up to transport me from one hotel to the other. When I got in the car, I said, "Excuse me, you're going to have to turn that off or find something calming, some type of soothing jazz or something else. But I'm in here now, and I'm paying for your services. I don't want to hear that." And he was not offended, and he changed it. We should not be surprised how our kids are behaving. If you're listening to things that don't make any sense, day in and day out, I tell you, spell words. Why? Words cast a spell. Words are containers of ignorance or wisdom or light or darkness. Words are powerful. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. Words create cultures. Words determine how people address you. How they see you. And I was about to second guess myself. I'm going to be doing, and I'm not going to talk myself out of it. I had to remind myself, I did a sermon years ago at Christ Universal Temple Church in Chicago. And the sermon was, "Rise, bones, rise. Can these bones live?" When my sister drive me through Overtown in Liberty City, it's nowhere near the city that I was born and raised in. It's dramatically different. And I remember Reverend Charles, who's the pastor of Universal Truth Center. He checked me, a young man that I was mentoring. And I started telling him what I saw. He said, something happened to you since you've been back here. I said, "What do you mean by that?" "I want you to write this down. Change your environment, or your environment will change you." He said, "You know why I joined you? Why I started coming to hear you speak at the Caleb Auditorium?" He said, "When you first got here from Columbus, Ohio, and Miami, you didn't see the slums. You didn't see the drug addicts. You talked about the possibilities of what can be done in the community. And I shared your vision. I was asking myself, who is this guy? And now you see what everybody else is seeing." Scripture says, "I'll give you all your eyes can see." These young people, they don't know. They don't realize. When you just regurgitate all the darkness, the violence, the ignorance. You create a culture. I got a beef with him to kill each other. A beef. When you use words loosely, the N word, and then get upset when white people use the word. Wow. I'm not talking to the old heads. I'm talking to the young people who can hear me. I'm going to do my training. I'm going to do one. Because I know the majority of the young people today, they can't hear my voice. I'm not the one. But I'm going to train some of those their age. I'm going to train them. I was talking to a young man yesterday named Kid. I'm so excited to work with him. It's about 30 years between us. He's 30 years younger. I'm going to train some young people. That's what I have to do now. This training, the ability to communicate, to speak to people from all walks of life, professional, non-professional, entrepreneurs, business owners, everyday people, different cultures, to speak to the world. I cannot tell you enough how important it is. At 77, I still love it. It's still my passion. At 77, I've been doing it 52 years. Who does that? When I say to you, live your life the way you want to live your life, that's real. I'm living it. And my ability to communicate has helped me. And those of you that can hear me, I owe you to teach you what I've learned, to shorten your learning curve. I owe you to give you everything that I have so that you can have an impactful life, so that you can make your mark, so that you can stand up. You can be a community activist like I once was, or a state representative and pass 14 bills my first term. No one would have predicted that my ability to communicate would not only allow me to be able to become a radio personality and worked in the largest markets on the planet, in Miami, in New York, in Chicago, in Los Angeles. No one would have predicted that. Les Brown, Mamie Brown's boy. They were moving from Overtown to Liberty City, promising rent. One of those twins that Mamie took in as foster kids and later adopted. And he was called DT, the dumb twin. Come on. Are you kidding me? That DT, King World paid him $5 million to do a talk show? Come on. This guy's spoken for AT&T, Procter & Gamble, McDonald's Corporation, General Electric, IBM, Xerox. Come on. No. And you know something? With the same marketing and promotion, I would not draw nowhere near the crowd that Dave Chappelle would draw if he came to town right now, or any of these other comedians. No. At a time where people, I just read this study, working 2 jobs and get in line at a blood bank to sell their blood, put food on the table. afford gas. Have you seen the price of food? Can these bones live? The road to life is straight and narrow, and few there be that find it. I'm just looking for the few. I'm at the Fort Lauderdale Marriott. It's where my training takes place. If you're interested, go to lesbrown.com and register. Invest in yourself. But I know the masses are not in the consciousness of feeling that they are investment worthy. They won't do it. They'll spend more time on entertainment, watching foolishness, than investing in themselves. If you can hear me, the reason you can hear me, not because of the physical capacity to hear me, but because what I'm saying is in your heart, is what I'm saying is already in you. Where your heart is, there your treasure is also. I want to see some thumbs up if you can hear me, if you can relate to me, if you believe as I believe that the best is yet to come, that there's more in you than you have done thus far. And you understand the value of that. Hi, come on in. How you doing? I'm here having a conversation with those who can hear me. Put some flames up if you can hear and understand and relate to what I'm talking about. I will be interrupted from time to time because I'm here to do an event here at the Fort Lauderdale Marriott in Fort Lauderdale. How you doing, darling?
I'm good.
Great. Did you bring something for me?
I think you had the patches, the little sleeves.
Somebody took some of my patches.
They did. Okay, let me go get some more. Okay.
All right, I appreciate. Thank you, the Lord.
Anything to drink? Are you good?
I'm good. Thank you. It's okay. Leave the door ajar so you can get in. Okay. All right. This is just a fireside chat. I want to see some flames if you can relate to me, and if you believe as I believe. When you look at all this stuff, we have to be intentional about what we watch. Why, Les? They say garbage in, garbage out. No. Garbage in. Garbage stays. And it stinks. It affects your attitude. It affects how you see yourself. It affects how you see the world. It's a different space where we are right now. And with the time that I have left at 77, I'm clear about the reality. I have more yesterdays than tomorrows. I know that sometimes things have to get real bad before they get better. A glimmer of hope that came out of this election, that young people, young African-American kids and Latino kids, they were a major deciding factor in preventing people being elected who have no sense of humanity, who think it's okay to fly a group of people cross country like cattle and send them to another city, lie to them to get them on a plane and say, well, there are people there waiting for you. It's going to be great opportunities for you. And churches and ministers sit back and there's no protests because they're brown people and they speak another language. And so in this culture, if you're not a part of the dominant culture, if you have the complexion of rejection like me, your humanity is not recognized. That's why, if you don't have it, I got my book I wrote. Got to be hungry in order to make it. There are going to be barriers. There are going to be people who will try and prevent you from advancing, and you can't stop there. You don't want to use that as a reason to give up and become frustrated and discouraged and stop. You got to find a way to win. And the people who will find a way to win in spite of the odds, in spite of the circumstances, in spite of the disadvantages, they're hungry. Majority of people are not achieving their greatness because they're caught up in the distractions of life. You got to take back your mind because of ignorance. You got to be willing to learn. If you're willing to learn, no one can stop you. If you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. And your environment. If you don't change your environment, if you don't change your relationships, your environment and your relationships will change you. I'm telling you what I know. Your life can change just like that. Somebody run a light. I was talking to a man about me coaching him. Shortly thereafter, he fell ill. Out of nowhere. Pain, sickness, accidents are stalking us every day. Death. And they will get their hands on us, on me, on you, and the people we care about. It's called life. That's why Viktor Frankl said in life, it's you will face unavoidable suffering. You can't avoid it. Think it not strange that you face the fiery furnaces of this world. You will, not you might. You will have some tribulations. You will have some down times. You will have some valley experiences. You will go through some stuff. Yeah, you will. So I'm talking to the few. Take control of your mind. Listen to the older man. I'm not an old man. No, I'm making 77 look sexy, baby. Yes, you don't even have to put no flames up for this. It's not true because I said it, but I said it because it's true. Oh, behave. Whatever. Come on. Yeah. Don't blow your horn at people today. There's a lot of crazy out here, and crazy has an insatiable appetite. No, this is a different place. People are looking for an excuse to go off on you. It's everywhere. Everywhere. To be anchored within yourself, to meditate and pray a minimum of 3 times a day, that's what I do. A lady asked, I was in an interview, said, how can you laugh so much? How can you be so joyful and so happy and have that peace that passeth all human understanding? Because I monitor my mind. I do it deliberately. I make a conscious, deliberate, determined effort to stay away from people that create drama. It causes unnecessary problems. I don't care if it's family members or friends. There are people, that's what they do. That's what they do. And that's their call. And you can choose not to participate. But I loved him. Tina, would you please speak up? What does love have to do with it? What you know? I love him. I love her. What does love have to do with it? If they're crazy, they're crazy. Run as fast as you can and don't look back. I mean to tell you. Oh my God. I can't wait. The people that come in this room that I'll be training tomorrow, I cannot wait to get to them because they're my peeps. They're part of my tribe. They are my assignment. And if it's you, and you say, well, Les, I didn't know about it. Go to lesbrown.com and find out about it. Oh, but I got so many other things. Success is not convenient. You have to accommodate it. You have to make it happen. It's not convenient. I went on a Greyhound bus from Miami to Dallas, Texas. My mother fixed me some marinated frog legs. I had frog legs, collard greens, macaroni and cheese, hot water, cornbread, and what else? She fixed me some fried catfish, and that's what I ate all the way from Miami to Fort Lauderdale, to Dallas, Texas, and to Plano, Texas, to go through a training with Ed Foreman, Executive Development, to learn and get information on how I can change my life in this space. They call me Frog Man because Mama fixed me some marinated frog legs. And I had some pickled pig feet. And I got the unmitigated gall to say, I am a vegetarian. But I saw you eat chicken. Yes, well, they say you what you eat. Well, chickens don't eat meat. They eat vegetables. And so they are a vegetable to me. I got issues. Oh, chickens, they don't eat meat. You are what you eat. Y'all keep on saying that. So yes, I ain't giving up no chicken. No. I gave up pickled pig feet. Millenniums don't know about pickled pig feet. And they don't know about chitlins, which we call them in my house, ruffled steak. Oh, behave. You can't make this stuff up. Oh boy. I just want to say you have something special. You have greatness in you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm doing a training at Fort Lauderdale Marriott on how to tell your story. Go to lesbrown.com and get more information. Bye for now.